The job market is tough across the world. It's not only the UK, Germany, or part of the Europe or Canada. So today I'm going to talk about the German job market. But I'm not going to do the talking on my own. I have got an expert from Germany who is going to talk about how is the German job market, which jobs are in demand, should you apply for the jobs, which are the job sites, and everything that you can think about Germany. So if this topic is of any use to you, make sure you keep watching the video till the end. But before that, a quick introduction about myself. My name is Sarika and welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy. I have good news for students who want to study abroad. If you want to study bachelor's, master's, or even PhD in any of this listed country, my team can help you free of cost. So what do you have to do? You have to fill the form which is provided in my video description and pin comment, and my team will reach out to you as soon as possible. So without any further delay, let's get started with today's video by inviting Priyanka. Hi Priyanka, welcome to my YouTube channel, and I have a little surprise for you. I want to welcome you in German. Just wait for a second.
Hallo Voronkel, willkommen auf meinem YouTube-Kanal und ich habe eine kleine Überraschung für dich. Ich möchte dich auf Deutsch begrüßen. Warte nur eine Sekunde.
And was it the right translation, Priyanka?
It was right, yeah. Except for the first word, everything was perfect.
Priyanka, if you don't mind, can you please introduce yourself to my audience, please?
Hallo liebe Leute, mein Name ist Priyanka und ich wohne in Deutschland seit letzten 7 Jahren. Und ich arbeite als ein Projektleiter in der Informatik und bin sehr begeistert, mit Sarika heute zu sprechen.
Hello dear people, my name is Janka and I have been living in Germany for the last 7 years and I work as a project manager in computer science and I am very excited about Sadia to speak today.
Hey, was it good, Priyanka?
It was nice.
So guys, I have got an amazing device with me which you can use if you struggle or if you have any language barrier, irrespective of whichever country you go, you can use this device. And let's talk about the details about it. So guys, are you excited? The name of this device is iFlyTech Smart Translator. This device can be your personal language assistant as it can translate up to 60 voice languages. And the best part, it works offline too, supporting 18 languages. So no more worrying about internet connectivity when you are traveling abroad. If you guys are connected with me on Instagram, you know that we went on holiday just 2 weeks back and to Morocco. Luckily, we took this device with us so that we can interact with the locals as we didn't have mobile data on our phone. Also, it comes with a 2-year global data coverage in over 148 countries. So whether you are an international student and struggling in a foreign country, or you work with international clients, or just travel abroad for holidays just like us, this is your go-to device. So what are you waiting for? Order now from the link provided in my video description and pinned comment, and make sure to use my discount code. So Priyanka, I'm really happy to host you. I have been watching your Instagram reel for a very long time, and I already know you are a scholarship holder in Germany. So can you give a little bit detail of what scholarship you got and what did you study in Germany?
So I came to Germany back in 2016 where I started my master's in information technology. So it was more of a management in IT based course. What kind of scholarship I won? That was in the last semester. So that was Erasmus Plus scholarship. And with this, you get a chance to go to another country to study 1 semester. So basically a semester exchange program in another country.
Thank you. I think we should have another video where you can share your tips, how you got this scholarship. Yeah, where people do struggle a lot. Today's topic is very different to scholarships. As you know, you are already in the German job market and there's so much news about the German job market that there are no jobs or there are less jobs and people are struggling. So I just wanted to kind of discuss with you, what is the scene now in Germany? Do you think there are plenty of jobs or do you see that people are struggling?
Well, there are plenty of jobs, but more in the cutting edge technology domain. So if you're an AI expert, if you're someone who has years of experience in digital transformation or data science, then those kinds of jobs are still available. Or you are in the high skill job sector, that is nurses, doctors, or electricians, craftspeople, construction, renewable energy engineers. All these are high skill professions and those definitely have a demand. One major obstacle that comes here is the German language. You can get a job easily in this profession, but knowing language is where people lack, and then they are not motivated anymore to search and they get a lot of rejection. I myself, I'm working in IT, but it's German language, not in English.
So when did you learn German, Priyanka?
I learned German during my master's. So every semester I took up a new level, and by the end of my master's, I was done with B2 certification, that is fluent level. And that's how I learned it for free.
Nice, amazing. And I think that is helping you to stay in the German job market.
Not just for job market, but also if you want the visa like PR, you get it half the time if you have German B1 language or A1 language. Also, the citizenship. With the new law, you get it in just 3 years if you have C1 language certificate and you're well integrated in the society. So language definitely has its perks here.
Priyanka, let's talk about the students who go to Germany, yeah? And say most of the time I know people just finish their bachelor's and they go for masters without any work experience. So say I went for my masters without any work experience. Will I land a job now with the current job market?
It is tough. It's not as easy as it used to be like 4 or 5 years back. It was pretty easy, but right now, given the job condition, recession, inflation, everything that is coming up in Germany, it's getting very tough. Companies are laying off and they are trying to hire people from outside, or they are trying to offshore. That is a big problem. And those people who are here, if they have language, they get it much quicker. Or if they have some very, very high demand skill. Some of the new students that I know, they didn't have so much experience in India, but still after coming here, they got an English job in development domain, for example, or data science domain.
Those are high demand
Yeah.
jobs that you're talking about. So what I learned from you, if you know German, things will become easy for you. If you have experience, that will be good for you. And if your job is in high demand skills like nurses, doctors, IT, construction, and other trading jobs, getting job is much easier as compared to jobs which are not in high demand, which are other jobs which are not in huge demand, but you still see students coming for it. You know, I know people come for MBA kind of thing.
Business
People come for
management. Business
management.
management is something that is really loved by people. Almost every month, I get 1 or 2 students asking me, like, I'm here, I'm studying, my course is about to end, I'm not getting any job. What do I do here? So when I ask them, is the language done? And they say, no, it's just A1. If you're going to management without language, you cannot enter management here. It's very, very tough. Then you have to be in the tech sector, like Google, Meta, all these companies, which are American companies and are tech-based companies. There it's okay without German. But if you want to enter a German company, especially in fields like logistics, productions, or all these sectors, finance, for example, language is definitely required for the management part of it.
So in the current tough job market, so what do you suggest students learn German and what else they can do to get a job?
First of all, talk to people who are in this domain or who are studying the similar courses, what kind of problems they are facing, what kind of upcoming topics are there in the market that can be studied about, because here the masters is pretty flexible. It's not like India that you have 6 subjects every semester, they are fixed, you study that, you pass. It's not like that. So every semester you get a chance to choose what subjects you want to do. There is the part which comes that you have to talk to people who are 3 to 5 years ahead of you. Then, like, what are the emerging trends, what kind of skills have job today, and if you would hire someone, what kind of skills would you look at right now? Choose those kind of subjects, upskill yourself, upskill in the language, and then apply.
Do you think people refer other candidates, like students are coming there, if they say, hey, can you refer me to this company?
Yeah, not every person can refer. Only those people who are decision makers or in that department know about that position or in that project. Only those people are eligible to refer. Like if you come to me and say that refer me to this XYZ position in production, I have no clue who is hiring manager, who's the person in charge, what department is it. So I cannot refer. Only that person who is in that department has the authority to do so, can refer in Germany. The referring scene is not that huge here, but networking definitely helps.
Priyanka, what kind of job sites people should be using to find job in Germany?
At this time, LinkedIn, it is an all-in-one solution where you can apply for jobs, look for the trending skills, also learn the new skills that are coming up with LinkedIn Learning. Also prepare yourself for interviews, make a good profile, post about yourself, connect with people. So I think LinkedIn is the best one. Another tool which is similar to LinkedIn is Xing. That is also huge. Has a huge demand here. All the German-speaking countries especially have their jobs listed on this Xing portal.
Another question which comes to my mind is, I know Germany just launched now Opportunity Card, Chance-Karte card. Yeah. On one side, they are launching one visa category just to attract the talent. On the other side, the news is there's not too much job or not enough jobs. I don't know how this news or both things are syncing up. What do you have to say about it?
I would say right now, almost every country in Europe is struggling to find talent. There is a huge labor shortage everywhere. You might have heard about Greece that just introduced a 6-day work week. Really have no people to do the job. So it's similar here in Germany that they want to attract high skilled immigrants, but unfortunately, they have more jobs available in the labor or the blue collar job sector. More of electricians, construction workers, plumbers, craft people. Those people are in much higher demand, or nurses, for example. Those are in high demand. But those difficult to get into jobs like nurses and doctors. Without German language certification, it's impossible to get into these professions.
So do you think the opportunity card is created to attract blue collar jobs or white collar jobs?
It is created to attract the white collar jobs because it clearly says that you should have a degree and you should also have minimum 2 years of experience. Also, you should prove your language skills. English B2, German A1. They need people who are skilled and who have studied something, who have at least diploma or bachelor's degree. Age for opportunity card, it is up to 35 years. There is not much barrier, but after 35, only if you have lived in Germany for 6 months at least for non-travel reasons. That means you came here to learn the language, you came here to study or work or deputation, something, then it is acceptable. Then you can apply until 40 years.
Thank you, Priyanka. One more question, which I think I'm going to ask for my audience sitting and watching this video from India or other part of the world who are not in Germany. Do you think they should still continue searching and applying for jobs sitting abroad?
Yes, why not? We are seeing that there is a labor shortage and there are skills that are definitely in demand here. Only problem is you need to see how do you qualify for those skills and what can you offer to the company better? How can you make your profile better that they would come to you and give you the job? So not just apply for Germany or don't just focus on Europe. This problem is everywhere. So focus on any other country and see how you're fitting the job market and what kind of requirements are there. Like German language, for example, for doctors, nurses, medical professions, it's very tough. So it's better for medical professions to choose something like UK, where at least language is not a barrier or your 1 or 2 years are not getting wasted in this procedure. So make sure that you understand the requirements properly before you apply for a job. It really saves a lot of headache.
Priyanka, because you mentioned UK, so we know that to work in the UK, you require sponsorship for the main visa category, which is called the skill visa. What's the trend or what's the visa categories in German? Do you require a sponsorship or you can, once you get a job offer, you can apply your own visa? And how do people do it? What is it like?
To be honest, like you don't need any kind of sponsorship to apply for German work visa, but you cannot apply for it directly. To apply for a German work visa, you need a job offer. Only when you have this job contract in hand, then you can apply yourself too. Like there's no sponsorship concept like UK, you need to have certificate of sponsorships, show all that. There's nothing like that here. So that is one really good thing about Germany.
So another question on that. So when you get a job offer, for example, say someone sitting in India applying for a job, do they get like a 5 years contract or is it like 1 year, 2 year? What kind of they give? And whether they are treated as a permanent employee or are they treated as a contractor?
It depends completely on the job. There are contract jobs also available. There are permanent jobs also available. And it will be communicated to you directly in the job position that you apply, what kind of contract you get. Is it contractual basis or permanent basis? So when it is contractual, it can be 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, or even more. When it is permanent, but with this 6 months of probation period. So if you cross this probation, you become permanent. I had got the same contract.
So you take this job contract, whichever it is, whether contracted or the permanent one, and then you go to the embassy, German embassy with all your documents, and then you process it and then you come to Germany, right? So when you come to Germany, do you have to do another kind of stamping or the visa that you get in the German embassy is enough?
That is like a sticker which is stamped on your passport. So when you come here, you'll have to convert it into residence permit. So residence permit is a card. And if your salary is above certain threshold, which is right now 41,000 for skilled workers, if it is above that, you get a blue card directly. So with this visa, you can travel easily all around Europe and blue card is valid for 4 years. So no extensions, no visa stress, nothing. You just stay here.
So I learned so much from you, Priyanka, and I believe my audience did as well. Good news is people should keep applying for the jobs irrespective of wherever they are, whether in Germany or outside Germany. We talked about high demand jobs. We talked about salary. We talked about the job sites. We talked about opportunity card, and we also talked about how to apply for visa. I think we covered a lot today. Thank you very much, Priyanka. Thank you for coming and sharing your knowledge with my audience.
Welcome, Sarika. It was exciting to talk to you and also know about your translator. It is a cool device.
Yes.
It was fun to interact with it too.
Yes.
And surely let's continue our series again. Let's talk on many other topics.
Thank you. Thank you, Priyanka, and all the best to you.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.